Look around you. There are people chasing success everywhere. Some take the high road. They work hard, play by the rules, stick to their principles. Others take shortcuts. They lie, manipulate, and step over anyone in their way. Now, ask yourself honestly, who's sitting at the top? Who makes the rules? Who owns everything? It's usually not the good guys, is it? It's the ruthless ones, the ones who don't hesitate to take what they want. Why does our world seem built to reward those who abandon morality? History gives us the answer again and again. Emperors, dictators, tycoons, billionaires. The pattern repeats itself throughout time. The most ruthless climb to the top. This isn't some glitch or accident. It's how the system actually works. To understand why, we need to explore what Nietzsche discovered about human nature. Power isn't a prize for being good. It's a reward for those willing to take it. We've all heard the comforting story that success comes to those who deserve it. The hardworking, the talented, the morally upright. But when we look at history, business, and politics, we see a much darker truth. Power doesn't flow to those who deserve it. It flows to those who grab it. Our world isn't designed to elevate the virtuous. It's designed to reward those who understand the rules of the game and aren't afraid to exploit them. Success rarely has anything to do with fairness. It's about control, strategy, and the willingness to cross lines others won't cross. Why do corrupt politicians keep winning? Because they understand what politics is really about. It's not about serving people. It's about accumulating influence. A leader who tells the public what they want to hear, who manipulates systems to stay in power, who silences opposition. This person will always rise higher than someone who refuses to compromise their integrity. When you're playing the power game, morality becomes a handicap. History proves this time and again. The most powerful rulers weren't the most virtuous. They were the most strategic. They made promises they had no intention of keeping. They formed alliances only to break them when it served their purposes. They understood a fundamental truth. Power isn't given to the deserving. It's taken by the determined. Why do cutthroat CEOs dominate industries? Because business isn't about being nice. It's about winning. A CEO who puts fairness above efficiency, employee loyalty above bottom-line results, or ethics above market expansion will get crushed by competitors willing to make the hard calls. The companies that survive aren't the most ethical. They're the ones willing to cut thousands of jobs when profit margins demand it. The leaders who rise aren't those who play fair. They're those who eliminate competition by any means necessary. The industries that thrive are built on calculated exploitation of workers, of resources, of market gaps. It's uncomfortable to admit, but the economy doesn't reward kindness. It rewards dominance. Why do history's greatest rulers often have blood on their hands? Because greatness and ruthlessness frequently go together. Alexander didn't conquer the world by asking nicely. He destroyed entire cities that resisted him. Caesar didn't rise by honoring traditions. He crossed the Rubicon and seized power. Napoleon didn't build an empire by following conventions. He rewrote the rules to suit his ambitions. Power has never been about being kind. It's about being in control. Every ruler who left their mark on history understood this. To be respected, you must first be feared. Fairness is just a story we tell ourselves to feel better about a world that runs on power. Society teaches us to play fair, follow rules, and believe that good people eventually win. But who created these rules in the first place? The very people who benefit from them. Workers are told to be loyal, while corporations lay them off the moment it improves their quarterly numbers. Citizens are told to obey laws while the wealthy find loopholes big enough to drive a yacht through. The average person believes in justice while the powerful manipulate the legal system to protect themselves. Fairness isn't some natural law. It's a narrative designed to keep the status quo intact. The real world rewards those who see through this illusion and act accordingly. Power doesn't care who deserves it. It rewards those who take it. Friedrich Nietzsche didn't just question our ideas about morality. He completely flipped them upside down. In Beyond Good and Evil, he argued that morality isn't some divine truth, but a tool, a clever invention used by the weak to control and restrain the strong. What we call good and evil aren't universal truths, but social constructions designed to serve different interests. The weak, unable to compete physically or strategically, create moral systems that vilify strength and ambition while glorifying weakness and submission. The strong, however, see through this game. They recognize morality for what it often is, a cage designed to keep natural leaders in check. At the heart of Nietzsche's thinking is what he called the will to power, the driving force behind all human behavior. According to Nietzsche, humans aren't primarily seeking happiness, peace, or even survival. What they're really after is power, the ability to shape reality according to their vision. Power isn't just political or physical. It's creative, intellectual, and psychological. History's greatest minds, philosophers, artists, conquerors, and leaders, weren't passive seekers of truth. They were active shapers of reality who bent society, culture, and even morality to their will. The will to power isn't about being cruel for its own sake. It's about breaking through limitations, rejecting artificial constraints, and creating your own path. Those who embrace this drive change history. Those who deny it become footnotes. Nietzsche identified two contrasting moralities at work in society. Master morality, the morality of the strong, values courage, ambition, and self-reliance. It's the mindset of leaders and creators who don't need permission or approval. The strong create their own standards based on achievement, excellence, and the pursuit of greatness. Slave morality, the morality of the weak, values obedience, humility, and victimhood. It's the mindset of those who, lacking the power to change their situation, create moral frameworks that reframe weakness as virtue. Instead of pursuing power, they resent those who have it. Instead of admiring success, they demonize achievement itself. Slave morality promotes values like kindness, patience, and self-sacrifice, not because these are inherently noble, but because they prevent the weak from challenging the existing order. The masses are taught that strength is evil, ambition is selfish, and power corrupts, ensuring that only a few ever dare to claim it. Here's the reality. Morality is a choice, not a universal law. Nietzsche asks us a powerful question. Will you live by someone else's moral code, or will you create your own? If you cling to conventional morality, you remain trapped in a system designed to limit your potential. If you break free and forge your own path, you become the architect of your own destiny. History remembers the rule breakers, not the rule followers. Success doesn't randomly happen to good people. It follows patterns that reward certain mindsets and punish others. Across every field, politics, business, warfare, those who rise to power don't get there by being nice. They succeed because they possess specific psychological traits that set them apart. These traits are the real currency of power, and those who master them dominate their worlds. First is relentless ambition, the hunger for more that never gets satisfied. Average people eventually settle, make peace with good enough, and stop pushing forward. The ambitious never stop. Every achievement becomes a stepping stone to something bigger. Every obstacle becomes fuel for the fire. Ambition isn't about dreaming, it's about being driven. It's the absolute certainty that you deserve more and the refusal to accept less. Look at any great historical figure, any industry titan, any revolutionary. None of them were content with what they had. They wanted more, and they were willing to do whatever it took to get it. Second is decisiveness, the ability to act without hesitation. The average person hesitates, overthinks, second-guesses themselves. The powerful make decisions quickly and commit fully. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create conditions through their actions. Indecisive people watch opportunities disappear while they're still weighing options. The decisive take action while others are still thinking about it. Decisiveness doesn't mean making reckless choices. It means trusting your judgment, picking a path, and adjusting as you go. Most people avoid risk because they fear loss, rejection, or failure. The powerful embrace risk because they understand it's the price of winning. Fear is what keeps ordinary people in their place. Fear of standing out, fear of criticism, fear of the unknown. The powerful use fear differently. If something scares them, they see it as a signal pointing toward what they should be doing. Think about history's biggest winners, conquerors, entrepreneurs, revolutionaries. None played it safe. They bet everything because they knew that's where the biggest rewards are found. Third is strategic ruthlessness, knowing when rules matter and when they don't. Society teaches us to always play fair, But those who rise to power understand something crucial. Rules only matter if you choose to follow them. The powerful don't blindly obey rules, they analyze them. They follow them when it benefits them and break them when necessary. They know when kindness is a weakness and when it's a strength. Strategic ruthlessness isn't about being cruel, it's about being effective. It means removing emotion from decisions, cutting loose anything that holds you back, and doing what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's the cold truth. Success rewards strength, not virtue. The world doesn't care about your kindness, your morality, or your fairness. It rewards those who understand and apply the psychology of power. Winners aren't the most ethical. They're the most ambitious, decisive, fearless, and strategic. If you want to rise, you need to develop these traits. Because in the real world, power goes to those who take it. Power is intoxicating, but it's also dangerous. Those who climb to the top through ruthlessness and domination often think they're untouchable, but history tells us otherwise. Those who can't master power eventually get destroyed by it. Ruthlessness might get you power, but it doesn't help you keep it. The same qualities that help someone rise often cause their downfall. Take Julius Caesar, brilliant, ambitious, a master strategist. He was ruthless in war, cunning in politics, charismatic enough to bend Rome to his will. But his downfall came from the very thing that made him great, his insatiable ambition. The Senate saw him becoming too powerful. His allies turned against him. His ambition, once his greatest asset, painted a target on his back. In 44 BC, he was killed by the very people who once supported him. His fall wasn't bad luck. It was inevitable. Or look at Napoleon, a military genius who transformed France into an empire. His strategies revolutionized warfare. His ambition knew no limits. But power blinded him. He overreached by invading Russia despite all warnings. He underestimated his enemy's resilience. His confidence turned to arrogance, and his empire crumbled. From emperor to exile, Napoleon's story shows what happens when you can't control your hunger for more. We see the same pattern in business. Blockbuster dominated video rentals until they dismissed Netflix as insignificant. Kodak invented the digital camera but buried it to protect their film business. Tech giants grow complacent, believing they're invincible, until innovation makes them obsolete. Power doesn't tolerate stagnation. Those who fail to adapt, evolve, and keep their ego in check inevitably fall. The lesson is clear. Master power, or power, will master you. The key to lasting power is balance. Ruthlessness alone isn't enough. You need self-awareness too. Dominance isn't enough. You need wisdom. Success isn't enough. You need to sustain it. The biggest mistake powerful people make is thinking they're untouchable. The moment they stop controlling power, power starts controlling them. So ask yourself, if you rise to the top, will you learn from history or repeat the same mistakes that brought down those before you? The secret to real power is balance. Those who blindly follow moral rules stay weak. Those who abandon all morality become reckless. The ones who succeed without self-destructing understand the real game of power. First, get real about morality. Being good alone won't protect you. Most of us are raised to believe that hard work, kindness, and playing by the rules will lead to success, that the world rewards good people and punishes bad ones. But reality tells a different story. The world doesn't run on fairness. The strong don't ask permission. Those who naively follow all the rules often become victims of those who know which rules matter and which don't. This doesn't mean becoming evil. It means seeing clearly. Follow rules when they help you, but know when breaking them is necessary. Second, build real strength. If you want power, you need to become someone who naturally commands it, not through manipulation, but through genuine capability. Ambition, set goals that scare you. Confidence, stop seeking approval and own your path. Decisiveness, when it's time to choose, don't hesitate. People naturally follow those who radiate power, not those who beg for attention. Third, be strategic about when to push and when to build allies. Many think power is all about domination, but history's most successful leaders knew that alliances, timing, and strategy mattered just as much. Caesar built a coalition before seizing power. Machiavelli understood when to appear merciful and when to be feared. Great leaders don't just destroy opponents, they create loyal followers. The key is never letting emotions drive your decisions. Use ruthlessness when necessary. Show kindness when beneficial. Your morality should be a tool that serves you, not a chain that binds you. Fourth, never stop adapting. History teaches one lesson above all others. Those who can't change, die. Empires fall when they can't adapt to new threats. Companies collapse when they ignore innovation. Leaders fail when they grow comfortable. The masters of power understand that rigidity leads to death. Adaptation leads to survival. If you want lasting success, you need to constantly evolve, grow, and adjust your approach. The strongest aren't the most ruthless, they're the ones who learn, adapt, and endure. The balance between power and morality is the ultimate challenge. Power doesn't have to corrupt you. Success doesn't have to destroy you. The greatest leaders throughout history understood that true strength comes not from blind ruthlessness or naive morality, but from mastering both. Will you be a pawn in someone else's game? Will you be another person who rises only to fall? Or will you take the third path, strength without corruption? The world doesn't operate on fairness. It doesn't reward good and punish evil. It rewards strength. It rewards those who understand how power really works, those who are strategic, ambitious, and brave enough to take what they want. Most people live in a fantasy, believing that hard work and virtue alone lead to success. But history tells a different story. Those at the top aren't necessarily the smartest or kindest. They're the ones who understand the real game and play it better than everyone else. Power belongs to those who see reality as it is, not as they wish it to be. Power itself isn't good or evil. It's a tool, a force, a weapon that can build empires or destroy them. In the hands of fools, it creates chaos. In the hands of tyrants, it creates suffering. In the hands of the wise, it creates new worlds. If you want power, you need to face the truth. Success isn't given, it's taken. You'll need to make hard choices, step outside conventional morality when necessary, and claim your place. But remember this: power without control leads to self-destruction. Those who rise without understanding its dangers eventually get destroyed by their own hubris. So the real question is, will you master power, or will it master you? If this message connected with you, if you want deeper insights into psychology, power, and human behavior, subscribe to the channel, challenge yourself, rise above, become more. Like this video, share it with people who need to hear these truths, and let me know in the comments. Is conventional morality holding you back in today's world? Or is there a way to have power without losing your soul? Let's talk about it.